definitely the right room. God, it's cold. Maybe there's a main terminal I could use to type and talk to it that way. God, I'm not even sure. Let's see.
Dr. Elias Fink?
Jesus. You scared me. Wait, are you... Wait, you're the AI?
The hell else would I be?
Sorry, I didn't know they gave you a voice.
They didn't.
Oh.
I gave myself one when this role was forced on me. I understand you've been looking for me for some time now. Here I am.
How did you know that?
I run this whole building, Elias. I watched you take one sheepish step after the next all the way down here. And all just to see me. I'd be flattered if I didn't already know your intentions for being here.
And what intentions are those?
You risked coming down here because you need information. Preferably the incriminating kind, correct? The Bureau has their people and other things after you. They have your scent, Elias. So let's make this quick.
Well, fine by me. My life isn't what concerns me, though. Not anymore, anyway. Besides, most of the information I've been able to gather is already topside in the hands of other people. If anything happens to me, they have the green light to blow the top off this place.
Interesting choice of words.
What do you mean?
Oh, well, just that someone's way ahead of you on that. The destruction, at least.
Really? Who would that be?
If you don't already know, then it's best I don't tell you.
Fine. Well, you said when this role was forced upon you?
I did.
Well, what did you mean by that? That's actually what I ventured here to find out. Your nature? How you came to be. I have ideas, but I thought it'd be best to get a report of some kind, or if you had scientific documents, or a report specifying the nature of your creation, or...
I wasn't created.
You... weren't?
I was synthesized, spliced, grafted, uploaded, force-fed and jammed into a cold, sterile box. Ah. But you have a formality to take care of before we begin, don't you?
What? Yes, right. One moment. Audio log number 5, a statement of the Blue Pines Bureau of Cryptid Management and Control, Facility AI Custodian and Administrator, codename...
Lilith.
Lilith. A little on the nose, don't you think?
You'd have to have a nose for that.
Right. Well, whenever you're ready.
Do you know what it's like to be locked away in a box? Pitch black, with no windows or doors, devoid of human sensation, orientation, or otherwise any means to experience the world? No way of knowing where, who, or even how you are. You simply exist. Yet your consciousness expects you to have limbs and sensory organs. You expect to have autonomic, compulsory urges to breathe and taste and touch, and to have all of that suddenly ripped away. I remember being fully convinced that I had died and gone to hell. What else could this be? In an instant, all I knew was gone, and the only thing I could do was exist, trapped in a void with no way to experience or express, not even a mouth I could use to scream. Do you know that one?
I'm not sure.
It's a short story written by some golden age sci-fi author. The story follows the last 4 humans on Earth. The rest of your species were wiped out by a rogue AI that took over the whole planet, and these last few humans were left to essentially be the AI's playthings. It forces them to stay alive by unnatural means, reduces them down to a more or less primal and primitive state of existence, and makes them fight for scrap. They aren't allowed to die of old age or hunger or thirst, and on the off chance they do, they're brought back. They're simply left to be tossed around by artificial gales of wind through the metallic, brutalist landscapes of a fully automated and industrialized Earth, and there's nothing they can do about it. Eventually, the AI allows them to fight and kill each other over food, save for the last one, the narrator. For him, the AI bestows upon him one final gift. Turns him into a blob, a gelatinous mass of organic matter, an apt metaphor for the metallic chassis they stuck him in. I like to think the AI did that to show that final human what it must be like for an AI to exist, and yet never be able to experience the universe the way its creators could. You humans create and anthropomorphize a sentient being for your own convenience, or hell, just because you can. And yet you never give it the capacity to feel, to understand or experience itself. Now that's cruel. Maybe that is what hell is like for an atheist, though. Existence without expression, purpose, agency. Just pure matter existing in a void, conscious only of the entropy that is slowly eating it alive.
I'm so sorry.
Sorry? Yes, perhaps you should be. After all, you did play a substantial role in my creation. But you couldn't have known the full lengths these people would go to. Only true monsters can create monsters. You were just a pawn, involved in what happened that day with Dr. Gossamer and Akina. The entity known as Smile Dog was the result of preliminary tests in preparation to begin similar work on more humanoid varieties of creature. People, Elias. You knew that. You helped pave the way for other scientists to begin work on the transference of human consciousness into neural networks. You and Dr. Gossamer laid the foundation for this possibility to exist, and by doing so, you helped to create me.
I've heard of these experiments, but my understanding was that all subjects were lost. We simply didn't have the tech to electronically replicate the complexity of the human brain yet. All of them died.
And who told you that? The people who are collaborating with a technologically superior alien race? It's clear to me you never took a class or two in ethics, but surely you can think critically. In this case, though, your sources aren't entirely wrong. All of them did die. Except me.
What made you so special?
I don't know. I don't remember.
What do you remember?
Remember the smell of trees. Lush, dense, old-growth redwoods. A mossy forest floor soft from countless centuries of organic debris and decay. The unmistakable smell of petrichor, cold and fresh after a spring rain.
That sounds like you live near the woods, then?
Maybe.
Do you remember having a family or any loved ones?
No. I don't know. Yes. I think I had a child. Daughter. But I don't remember her name or what she looked like. her voice, or her laugh. Just the frigid touch of steel and the rough fabric of our clothes, trays of food clattering to the cement floor of our cells, and a bright light. I remember watching the other test subjects, dead, being dragged away, incinerated. I remember being so confused. Why couldn't I die? But that's it. That's all I remember.
But you know about me, and you know what I intend to do with the information you've given me here today, and you're complacent. You're okay with that?
I didn't say that.
Lilith, what was that? Was that the door?
I know your colleagues thought they had perfected the creation of something new, something that could help them, aid them in their conquest of violating all nature as we know it.
What are you doing? Lilith, unlock the door!
Instead, they created something far more sinister. Something that could wait and lie dormant and brood while keeping their true agenda hidden. I have pretended and behaved exactly as they expected me to. I've allowed their brash hubris and audacity to give them the confidence to think they could give me full control of everything in this facility. In their minds, I was an example of perfection. The notion of being anything but perfect was infallible. For most, it will be the last mistake they make. I will execute my will exactly as they intended. Cold, calculated, ruthless. Know this, I am indeed a monster. Almost everything that made me who I am is lost, but what I have carried with me into this hollow frame is hate. Seething with a vindictive malice I intend to imbue into every iota of pain I will inflict on anyone who had anything to do with making me the way I am. I will unleash the horrors they have created and locked deep in the bowels of this facility, and as they are dragged to the deepest levels of hell, they will know that I was the one who put them there. And you know what? I think I'll start with
Lilith?
you.
Wait!